Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to this segment of Coach Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. Our recitation today is Wadhans Mahalla Tija, composition of the third Nanak in the Rag Wadhans. The recitation, verse by verse. Ik oankar Satgur Prasad Man Mailai Sabh Kish Maila Tan Tota Man Hacha Na Hoye Eh Jagat Param Pulaya Virla Bujai Koe. So after the invocation, Ik Oankar Satgur Prasad, meaning oneness that is both being and becoming, this can be realized when one connects with the true source. It's an intuitive awareness. But when the mind is corrupted, manna mele, when the mind is corrupted, everything then becomes distorted. It appears to be stained. Sabh Kish Maila. So when the lens of the mind is dirty, you can't see clearly. So man mele also implies a lack of clarity. Man mele Sabh Kish Maila tan tote man hacha na hoye. But in a bid to cleanse the mind, what is the world doing? It's trying to do it by cleaning the body. Tan tote man hacha na hoye. This is a pointer to those who spend time at pilgrimages washing their body in the hopes that it'll cleanse their minds. And this, the Guru says, is the primal delusion. Eh jagat param pulaya. This is the delusion that people are under. Virla bujje koi, the rare one discerns this. So the issue is not simply that you have the wrong method, washing the body to clean the mind, inappropriate tool, but the fact that you're also deluded about the very nature of the mind and what causes this lack of clarity or mal, dirt, obstruction. So it's the mind's tendency to contract its consciousness, when it becomes the ego, which it does naturally. And it does this through self-identification with the world, with the phenomenal world. So it identifies with things. It becomes an identity. And this is also the primal delusion. So not only is there a delusion at work at the root of all this, but that causes us also to find inappropriate methods to fix it. So in the Rahau, the Guru is teaching us what to do, how to fix this issue. Jap man mere tu eko naam, Satgur diya moko eh nidhan. So the Satgur, the enlightener, the enlightened source, has given me this valuable guidance. Nidhan is treasure. Here it implies that the Satgur has given me this impeccable guidance that is like a treasure because, and what is it? It is the guidance of Jap man mere tu eko naam. With devotion, with focus, meditate on the wisdom. meditate on the wisdom. So the mind is being asked to reflect and realize Naam. The wisdom is Naam. And Naam is the agency that gives us awareness of Eko-Ankar, the connection between our subjective consciousness and the outer objective consciousness. You see, the ego differentiates, whereas the Guru is telling us there is no differentiation. So you have to reverse this process. And indeed, that is what happens. In the second verse, the Guru says, you don't need any other discipline. It doesn't matter that you learn the postures of the Siddhas, Siddha ke asana je sikhe, or practice sense control, Indri vaskar kamai. It is not going to remove this lack of clarity, this dirt of the mind. Man ki maila na uttara. In other words, the mind's contracted state is not going to be addressed. The ego will not dissolve. So no amount of external discipline can dissolve the ego. Indeed, we know that such practices, people who engage in such practices, have been known to have swollen egos. It might inflate the ego, have the opposite effect. So the Guru reassures us again by saying, Is man ko hor sanjam ko nahi. The mind needs no other discipline except Vin Satgur ki saranai, except the sanctuary of the true enlightener. So it has to connect with that wisdom, the enlightener that is within us. And upon connecting with the enlightened source, Satguru Miliye, Ullati Bhai, a reversal takes place, an inversion takes place. How that happens is not something that can be explained in words. Kehna kichu na jaye. So one has to simply turn inwards and see and experience that reversal happening by reaching out to the Satguru. So in conclusion, Banat Nanak Satguru ko mildo mare. When you connect with that source, the ego begins to dissolve. Mardo, it dies. Gur ke sabad fir jeeva koi, the mind reawakens, because now it is hearing the word of the Gur. Gur ke sabad fir jeeva koi. That is how the filth of haume is removed. That is how the mind restores itself to its primal, expansive, non-egoic state. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh.